Hey, it's Katie back with an update on our Degroot Bag of Blooms strawberry kit. We planted this on March 31st. Today is April 30th, and if you can't tell, I'm not very impressed by what happened with our time of growing this. So we followed the instructions on the bag, planted it the way that it said to be planted. We'll have that video linked in the description of this video, but the big thing I said on there was to make sure it stayed moist, leave it laying on its side for about 2 weeks to let the roots establish. We did keep it moist. I watered it every morning between 8 and 10 a.m. and then I'd come in the afternoon because I had some other plants that need to be watered twice a day and check the moisture levels and see if it needed a second watering. And you can tell that the roots for most of these did not establish. When David was originally planting these, he commented to me that a lot of these roots that he put in there seemed pretty dry and kind of seemed fragile, breakable. So I don't know if it was maybe a sign that they were already dead before we started planting it, or if it was, you know, maybe they were half alive, or maybe they were in a dormant state and they just went from dormancy to dead. I'm not sure. I have two plants, however, right here that seems to have some roots attached, and here there's a tiny bit of green I can see forming. So these two I'm going to take out and I'm going to add them to our rain gutter planter, and which we will have a follow-up video on that. I do actually have a couple plants sprouting out of that, which I'm super excited about, so we will add that to it, to the areas where I don't have anything sprouting. So I would say overall this product for us was a failure. We bought this from Tractor Supply. We bought from the same Tractor Supply Degroot plants last year. We bought a raspberry and a blueberry. They both died, never sprouted roots, never grew or anything. After a couple weeks of them in the ground, seeing no growth, I started kind of tugging at them. It was about 2 or 3 weeks, and they just popped right out, like never started growing anything. So last year we had a complete failure with Degroot brand. This year we got these strawberries. We also got golden raspberries and a fig, and the fig is doing fantastic. It is growing large. It's very healthy, very happy looking. The golden raspberries, those they say come in a dormant form, can take 3 to 4 weeks to start showing any signs of growth outward. And I have checked on them. I've done a little bit of a tug test on it, a little bit of scratch test. I see green underneath the outer layer on it, and it does, like when you tug at it gently, you can tell it's got roots established. So the golden raspberry seems to be growing well, but that fig tree is just fantastic. It's doing great. So 2 out of 3 this year. That's not bad. We're a lot happier with that. For the plants last year and this year, I don't know if the problem is the Tractor Supply that we were buying these from or the plants from Degroot themselves. I think next year when we buy some plants, we'll pick them up from a different Tractor Supply and maybe from there try to narrow down why we're getting bad products. It could also be us, but I'm following the instructions. I've grown strawberries before many times. I've grown raspberries. I haven't grown blueberries before moving here, but that same year I planted 2 other bushes, one from Lowe's and one from Walmart. Those grew just fine. The Tractor Supply and Degroot never put out roots. So I don't know where the issue is. Next year we'll get our plants, if we get Degroot brand, from a different Tractor Supply and see if maybe we can figure out where the issue's coming from. So out of this product, 2 good plants. The rest of them, no signs of life. Nothing ever happened. So at least we got 2 good plants out of it after 30 days. So that is our update with that. And again, I don't know if the problem was the Tractor Supply leaving this on the shelf for too long, or if it was an issue coming from Degroot themselves. I can't say where the problem with the plant was, or maybe it was me. It's really hard to tell. But Degroot does come with a guarantee to grow, must be purchased before June 1st, sales receipt and the box required. I do have the receipt in my garage, so I can take this back to Tractor Supply and talk to them about getting a refund. So it's a good deal on that. We will try out some of their other products next year and see if we can figure out, you know, where the issue is. But the fig tree and the golden raspberry are doing great, and we'll do an update on those later. So thank you very much, and thanks for checking back in.